All right. So, I'm still low on energy, guys. But I said I was going to try to do this video today, and so I'm going to. And it's one of those things where I don't like talking about deeproot. I don't. I really wish they would just, almost just throw in the towel and be done with it. Just go ahead and call it quits, be done, give up. Or better yet, fulfill your orders. But from what information that we've already gotten and from what information that I have just recently received, I don't see that being possible. It's funny that I've got a hard drive that is dedicated to all my YouTube content and videos and stuff like that. And as I'm going through there, it's all in alphabetical order. And all my deeproot videos, I had like 4 or 5 now. And they all had the words delayed in the title. And it's just like, yeah, because that's all that they have been doing is delaying. So let me first start out by reading the latest update that Robert sent out to all the Raza customers. It reads, "Dear Raza customer, first I want to wish the amazing Mr. Bowden a very happy birthday. I'm honored that he has decided to spend the occasion at work writing up more cool tips for his funwithbonus.com website. It was nice to catch up with him this morning about Raza. While it has been 6 weeks since our last update, we wish there was more to update on. We are dealing with the same issues most other small and large businesses are. That is, still struggling with some vendors over supply chain and deliveries, unable to hire staff because of labor shortages, and dealing with inflationary increases in parts since we have not been able to execute quick enough. We come in every day and are chipping away at the diminishing obstacles to shipping our first Razas. We want to keep communication open. However, it seems sometimes that these periodic updates don't convey the progress that is happening, nor does it solve the real goal of delivering games. At this point, we do not expect to send another mass update about Raza until after the July 4th weekend. In the meantime, if some Raza customers wish to rescind their contracts and request their payments back, we will offer those on a first-come, first-served basis starting June 1st, 2021. You can reply to this email or use our online contact form on our website. Please include your name, order number, and a request to rescind the Raza purchase contract. Once accepted, your request is irrevocable. For those waiting on the wait list, please again do not contact us to check on if you have a machine or not. We will do our best to fill as many requests as we can from the rescinded machines in order on the wait list at the end of the Raza run. Since the list has grown from the last mass email, we cannot guarantee to be able to accommodate everyone. Best, Robert J. Mueller, Principal, Deeproot Pinball." So, take that as you will, guys, but I read this as, please request a refund. That's what this screams out. And I have to try to put myself in you guys' position, the ones that are just grasping on, holding on and hoping and praying that you're going to get your game. And I'm trying to wrap my mind around it. But and the reason I think I'm having so much trouble with this, and guys, don't take this as an insult, but I think the reason why that those of you out there that are just being stubborn and not seeing the light here, the red flags that are dropping on every sentence that you read, is that you're emotionally involved in this now. You're not thinking as logical as I believe you should. And whenever you let your emotions take over, you're blinded by a lot of the obvious. And that may not be for everybody, but that's why I think I'm not able to understand the reasoning behind some of you out there, is because I tend to think a little bit more logical than emotional. And I think for those of us out there that have either worked at this place or visited this place, have a better idea of what is going on and not going on at this facility. With that being said, I have been contacted by a previous employee of Deeproot. Now, of course, this person has requested to be anonymous, and with all the questions and information that I was getting from this individual, trust me, it's valid. There is no question on like, well, this person wasn't really employed there and stuff like that. So I'm going to do my best to keep the gender and name completely anonymous on this one. So I was contacted, and this person wanted to discuss with me their experience and what all went down whenever they worked there. And it was one of those things where I kept putting it on the back burner. I eventually, the emails kind of got lost to where I was just like, I didn't think about it at the time, because I don't want to think about Deeproot. No, there is no time in my day where I go, you know what? I wonder what they're doing. No, I never think about that. But with this most recent announcement, it was one of those, you know what? I should give this person a call and see what they can tell me, what they are willing to tell me. And they told me enough, guys, where I'm hoping that maybe this information will help those of you out there that are a little bit more emotionally involved in this make a decision on what you should do. And the thing is, a lot of this information, guys, I'm sure it's already been divulged by other individuals out there, but there wasn't. And the thing is, a lot of things get posted on Pinside, and a lot of those things are more than likely coming from sources that used to work there and stuff. So a lot of it's probably legitimate. It's just that you're not getting, I guess, a better idea that if that person actually did work there. It's a lot of like, oh, sure, you can't trust the person that you're reading if they actually did, in fact, work there. So let me start by saying that one of the main things that was stated is that a lot of people are giving J-pop to blame on all of this. Everyone wants to say, of course, that this is happening, because when you bring J-pop into the equation, this is what happens. And from what this individual tells me, they say that 99% of the problems and the issues that are going on at Deeproot are due to Robert. That J-pop has little to no say about anything. He has merely done his Raza game and working on his other one. As far as what's going on in the factory and what they should do with these games, he's got no say in that. So maybe that's a little something that, you know, that changes some of the mindset that I read that everyone wants to keep on blaming J-pop for, is that not really. I asked this person, why did you leave? And that was because this person wasn't getting paid as like everyone would like to on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, whatever. The paychecks were not consistent. There were multiple weeks where this individual did not get paid, including a number of other people across the board that would not get paid. And I know you're thinking, like, why would someone do that? Why would someone be able to stay on at a job like that? And a part of that is because they actually pay very well. According to this individual, when it comes to getting paid there, their salaries and their pay and everything is actually pretty darn good. So that's probably a little bit of a hint on why certain people are sticking around instead of jumping ship as soon as I feel, and a lot of us feel that they should, whether that be designers, code writers, stuff like that. Chances are they're sticking around because, like it or not, whether or not they're putting out games and profiting, they're still collecting a paycheck. And Nordman left because he could not get an engineer to help him make his game. That is the issue. And I've heard it from Owsler himself that he can't progress on his food truck game because he can't get an engineer. That has been the issue here, guys. And from what I've been told, the engineers that were hired and brought in were very green, like fresh out of college. They had one engineer that was very knowledgeable and experienced, but that person left due to the fact that they weren't getting paid regularly. So that left a lot of the apprentices, if you will, behind to finish working on Raza. So that is the problem here, guys, is that, and this is something that I noticed while I was there, is that I felt like the people that were working on these machines were still learning as well. And it was one of those things where it was more, I felt it, but I had no facts. So that's why I say that I felt that way about things. And this person definitely said that, you know, he feels that the engineers, they know what they're doing, but it's that Robert comes in and he has all these visions in his head on what he wants to do with the game and what he wants them to do, and it's just making it, he's trying to recreate the wheel. And the fact of the matter is he doesn't need to. Not on his first game, at least. And I asked this person, I'm like, so what has been the number one killer so far? And he was like, the fucking pin bar. The pin bar that is the major selling point, it is what is killing this company when it comes to getting games made and out to the public. That's this innovative and experience that they're trying to throw into pinball is, ironically, it is what's causing them to slowly decay. And it's one of those things where this person said that they could easily make Raza like what you played in Houston. Turn it into a regular pinball machine, probably make a few adjustments, but they could have easily produced what you had in Houston without a doubt. But it's the implementation of this damn pin bar that I think a lot of people could easily go without. It's what's causing them to have all these delays. This person also stated that one of the biggest issues is the amount of pride that Robert has. And people see this, it's obvious, it's in his writing, you hear it in his words when he speaks, and it's pride before the fall, guys. And it's one of those things that when, I'm almost leaning towards, not if, but I'm leaning towards more now to when they finally throw up the white flag, is who's he going to blame? Because you know it's not going to be himself, even though previous employees will tell you that it is him. He's more than likely going to blame everyone else. I've even got a quote here that Robert has walked in and told the engineers that he himself could do what they're doing, but he doesn't have the time. Now, some of this information may not be new to you, but just so you know that this information comes from a reliable source that used to work for the company and left for valid reasons. And my goal on this is just to give you information so that way you can make a more concrete decision on whether or not you should stay in, take a chance, or take that money and put it into something that you know you're going to get back in return. That's the choice that is obviously up to you. There's only so many times that they can delay, guys, till I have to wonder what is wrong with you. Like, because majority of us know that July 4th weekend's going to come along and there's going to be another message that gets sent out about more delays and more issues and how whatever. And he states that they've got progress, but they don't even show anything. Not even a picture. Nothing. Just words. This is all you get is just words. He could easily take a picture of a bunch of cabinets, a bunch of certain parts or something to give people a little bit more hope that they will succeed. But it doesn't look that way. I mean, you've got Haggis Pinball down in Australia that's posting videos on the weekly, giving you more information about what's going on with their company and the progression in the game and stuff like that. My conversation with this person is definitely not over. There's more questions that I do need to ask about. And there's probably things that I've even forgot. But, oh yeah, for instance, there's so many white woods that have been created due to the fact that it's just something to give the designers to do while they're waiting on an engineer that is still working on Raza. That's why we got brought into a room with all these playfields and all these white woods and things that are in the works, because that's just something that the designers just gives them something to do while they sit and wait for an engineer to come on and help them make their game. So if I had to nail down what the primary issues here are, guys, is 1, management, 2, engineering, and 3, pride. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for me. If you like what you've seen here, which was, I don't really know if it's worth a thumbs up, honestly, but by all means, give me the thumbs up because it really does help the channel. And if you haven't already, subscribe button is down there. Talking about this just wears me out. It's depressing. That's what the thing is. That's why I don't like talking about this, is because I wouldn't care. I would not care what is going on with this company, but now that they're starting to take people's money, that's where I think I have a little bit of emotion involved in this, guys, is that's where my logic is kind of going out the window, is where I'm thinking about those of you out there that are hopeful that this company, fulfills your wishes. But knowing that the chances of that actually happening are slim to none, that's a little upsetting to me. But it's one of those things that after I make this video, I'm going to go about my life and just do my thing. And I won't be thinking about deeproot. I kind of wish the thread on Pinside would just die. People just need to stop talking about them. Just forget about them. They're no longer relevant. They should never even be relevant. Due to all these delays, people should just forget about it. There's so many more red flags in this, guys. The UL. That's something that's also been brought up, is the fact that a year after that they thought the machine was ready, the engineers requested that they needed to rework the system because the condition of the system was actually quite poor in their opinions. That, it works, but it's not manufacturable. So even if they would have gotten the UL last year or the year before that, they would have to go and do it all again because it would have to be a rebuilt system. Taken way too long to do this. All right, guys, I'm done. Peace out.